She's our first time storyteller, and she came through a friend who told a story last month. And I went up to her and I said, maybe you have a story. And she said, maybe I do. She has the perfect story because she was a professional flirt teacher. And she's going to give us all a few tips on how to flirt. She's a healer, she's a teacher, she has a huge resume, far too much for me to tell you all about right here, but please give a warm welcome for Cathy Brown. Hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Valentine's Day.
You do know, I have a question for you. What is flirting? We all know that provocative word, flirting that is, to entice someone to uncontrollably sway our way. A little tease, a little taste of excitement, to let them savor what could be theirs. Not too much, not too little. Not too fast, not too slow. Arouse their curiosity. Give them a little, but no more. Stimulate them. Make them want you, desire you, crave you. We're getting the idea. But there are ways, certain ways, that must be executed with great subtlety, with the art and science of flirting. Now, let me tell you how I got it. First of all, there's superficial flirting, okay? But there's this really great flirting that actually connects people and starts relationships and you fall in love and all that kind of good stuff. And basically, I want to tell you how that happened with me, if I don't get caught here. Basically, I was in my dance, just finishing up a salsa dance class, okay? The excitement was buzzing in the air as our sweaty bodies walked out of the dance room into the lobby. And the rhythmic music was still pulsating in our cores. Oh, dance. You know, it's the fun, the sharing, the excitement, the romance. It's just really cool. It's just really great. But it was fascinating because when we were in the lobby and everybody was saying goodbye to each other, this guy was trying to get my attention. And I waved him over. And the first thing he said to me, "You're a great flirt." I'm like, "No, not really, I'm just friendly." He said, "Well, how would you like to teach a flirting class?" Absolutely not. Thank you very much, but really have no desire. And of course he was kind of pushing and I said, no desire. Well, I thought that was the end of it, right? Well, 2 weeks later, I'm in a meeting with a bunch of business people and they're joking about this flirting class. I'm like, God, is this a coincidence? What's going on? Then I go to the dance class to teach, and these two girls rush up to me. "We're coming to your flirting class." I'm like, "What flirting class?" And they show me the flyer, and it's, "Well, this is your name, and this is, aren't you gonna do it?" And I said, "Well, that's my name, but am I gonna do it? Not really." And I found the number on the brochure, called Baba. I said, "What is this about me gonna teach a flirting class? How could you possibly put my name on something without my permission?" And he said, well, I thought you were going to say yes, and it already went out to 15,000 people. 15,000 people! Oh my God, my credibility totally disaster, ruined. What am I going to do? Then I thought, wait a minute, is my name, my company's name? Guess who's going to teach the flirting class? I guess I'm going to go do it. I said to Bob, don't ever do this to me again. So the next day I went to do research on flirting. 2.5 hours. Guess what? There was nothing. Nothing out there. Now, of course, I am kind of dating myself a lot, but there was nothing out there. So I decided, okay, there's going to be 8 to 10 people in the class. I'll give them my opinion. I'll answer their questions, and that'll be the end of it. And the day of the class, I walk up the stairs, I see the door, I open the door, there's 80-some people in this room, and it must be the wrong room. So of course I leave, and I realize it's the right room. So of course I make a beeline for the restroom. I'm gonna talk to the guy upstairs. What the heck are you doing, guy? I mean, how am I going to do this? I have no clue. Give me something. And then I took a breath. And I took the leap. And I was amazed how men didn't really understand women. And women really didn't understand men. They didn't really know how to connect. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to start with something, a step-by-step approach, okay? We'll get them together. We'll get them going. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're going to be in a bad position. So basically, first let's look around and see if we're interested in somebody across the room. Okay, how about that guy right there? Oh, he's nice. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, now what do we do? Well, you get a smile. And of course, he smiles back at me like, my heart is pounding. I'm so excited. I just don't know what to do. And then he looks away. Look away, thank you. He looks away. Don't despair. This is normally what happens. So wait for it. They look away, then they look back again. He looked back again. Oh, I'm so excited. I've got my first confirmed contact. It's a go. We're ready. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, he's still smiling at me. I'm like, all right, maybe he's not looking at me. Who's behind me? Is there somebody behind me? How do I figure out if he's still interested in me? Maybe I'm crazy. So I walk over, change positions in the room, if I could, with the cord. And he's still looking at me. This is amazing. So I'm like, okay. All right, I'm waiting. He seems to be glued to his chair. He doesn't seem to know how to, get up. And I'm like, okay, we're going to have to do the evasive approach, okay? We're going to have to go the long way to the restroom, but go the long way, pass him up. Now, of course, have we ever done the long way to the bathroom to pass up a guy? Of course. I mean, it's in the manual. It's in the manual. Very important. So, of course, I'm walking past him, and he's saying, if she looks at me, I'll do something. And I'm like, I can't look at him. I would be embarrassed. So, of course, he's looking, I'm looking, nothing's happening, okay? So, of course, no confirmation, dashed hopes, it's a stalemate. Now what do we do? Well, the only thing I can do now, the direct approach. I go up, hi, my name's Cathy.
Hi, Blake.
Hi, Blake, how are you?
Maureen.
Okay. All right, awkward now. Getting to be the awkward situation. Now, the amazing thing is, even the best flirts, the absolute best flirts that can walk up to anybody whatsoever, when they really like somebody, they seem to get afflicted with a disease called rejectitis. It's rough. Dry mouth, tongue-tied sentences, and they don't seem to be able to, paralysis, they don't seem to be able to walk across the room. I don't know why, So how do we get them to get past the rejectitis? All right? So what we have to do is we have to give them a prescription. It's a CQT prescription. CQT formula. It's common ground, ask a question, give a tidbit. Okay, we're in Fitzgerald's, okay? What kind of bands do you like? I love swing dancing and salsa dancing and that kind of thing. So right there, I give him a tidbit about myself. So he should be able to continue on a conversation with me. So there it was, I give it to him. And the cool thing about the formula is you can use it anywhere. You could use it for the love of your life. You could use it when you go to a business meeting and you really don't know anybody. You can also use it for, let's say, a friend of a friend. Like, for instance, Karen, I was going to a bridal shower. She was getting married. And there were 30 to 40 people in this bridal party. God, it was a big wedding. In the bridal party, that's what it was. A bridal Shower, right. It was a bridal shower. It was raining that day, no. So anyway, there was 30 to 40 people there, and I'm driving thinking, okay, what kind of ailment can I come up with so I can leave early, all right? And then, of course, I'm walking over to the building. I'm thinking, idiot, the formula. Come on. Common ground. The bridal shower. Got it right that time. Karen, question. How do you know Karen? She's been in my class, my dance class, for 6-7 years. Oh, wow, and there we are, talking like crazy and getting to know everybody. I know 7 or 8 different people now. I really don't want to leave. Of course, they're trying to lock us out, but, we don't want to leave. We're having such a good time. So the amazing thing about all this was when I first was asked to do a flirting class, and I get in that seminar for 2.5 hours, I'm just playing at it, doing the best I can. Unbeknownst to me, there was a Tribune and Sun-Times undercover reporters in my seminar. The next day, I end up on the front page of the Tribune and the Sun-Times. And then, of course, it snowballs from there. Phil Donahue wants me on TV. Sally, Jesse Raphael, all the daytime shows, all the radio. It was nuts. And believe it or not, I actually got on the front page of the Wall Street Journal for relationships. Believe it. Amazing, okay? So it really is amazing because this is a true story. And for about the last 30 years, I've traveled the country teaching relationships and having an absolute blast at it. But it is really amazing how these little things, these little tips, like, eye contact. Look, when you eye contact, they're gonna look away. You gotta wait and see if they look back again. The walking halfway over, he's still with me, okay? And then the common ground, ask a question, give a tidbit, the formula. Unbelievable stuff that I've used in my business stuff. In my business communication, I've used it in the flirting. Of course, I don't tell them it's flirting, you know what I mean? But so that's basically my story. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it.